Danganronpa. 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 Danganronpa.
Est-ce qu'on peut se mettre d'accord sur le fait que genre, il n'y a aucun plaisir, aucune envie à faire ce live, hein. Genre vraiment, d'ailleurs j'ai baissé le son parce que ça m'explose les oreilles. Il n'y a aucun plaisir, aucune envie. Là pour faire ce live, vraiment là non en fait, juste... D'ailleurs... Ouais faut que j'écoute puisque j'ai ma machine qui tourne. Non franchement, moi j'étais bien, je passais un super vendredi. Et puis il y a ça. Voilà, voilà, hein. Bon, allez, plus sérieusement. Salut Brian Paulette, salut Anirine, salut Enzoduck, salut Cookio, salut Fire Force. Bah, c'est tout. Bah, on est. Je pense qu'il y a. Ouais, effectivement, je comprends qu'il n'y ait pas beaucoup de monde pour venir, voir ce qu'on va voir. Et non, Enzoduck, je ne suis absolument pas prête mentalement. Tu n'imagines pas à quel point. Je sais que ça va très mal finir. Oui, on sent la motivation, non, toujours. Je sais que ça va très mal finir et je ne veux pas être là pour ça. Le problème, c'est que je ne peux même pas, genre, prétexter que je dois annuler ce live pour n'importe quelle autre raison. J'ai pas de raison de l'annuler. Voilà. Donc bon. Sinon, à part ça, ça va. Les 4 jours de pont pour celles qui font le pont, c'est cool. Vous amusez bien. Je remets la veste de la pluche parce qu'elle a tendance à se barrer un peu. Ah là, c'est cool. La routine, ça va? Non, ok, d'accord, je comprends. Non, franchement, je comprends. Non, franchement, je comprends. 2 secondes. Qu'est-ce que c'est chiant d'être adulté et toute seule. Je peux l'éteindre, faudra juste que je mette du sel dedans. À toi. De toute façon, ça ne peut pas aller aujourd'hui. C'est aussi simple que ça. Je sais pas pour vous, il fait moche chez moi. Genre, il fait genre grave moche. Pile au moment où je lance le live, il y avait un soleil à peu près ok toute la journée, même s'il y avait des nuages. Là, le temps est horrible. Je pense que c'est vraiment logique avec ce qu'on va vivre en fait. Simplement, genre le pire truc possible. J'ai pas hâte. J'ai pas hâte. Et je ne sais pas d'ailleurs si le problème a été résolu de la dernière fois de Twitch qui lance une pub. Ça, il fait beau chez moi. Ah, peut-être un espoir. Il n'y a aucun espoir. Il y a aucun espoir. Il n'y a absolument aucun espoir. C'est un moment, il faut l'accepter. Et je l'accepterai pas. Mais il n'y a aucun espoir. Ah, génial. La pub se lance dans les temps maintenant. Cool. On va refaire soleil chez moi. On n'a pas tous fait la même chance, malheureusement. C'est dans le désespoir qu'on est l'espoir. Ouais, ok, Makoto Neigi. On va faire genre je te crois. D'accord? Ok? On fait genre je te crois. On fait genre ce que tu dis est vrai. Et on y va avec un grand sourire. Allez, c'est l'heure de l'exécution sur tes images. J'ai envie de mourir. Pourquoi tu me rappelles ça? Pourquoi? Ça vous dit pas on stream sur autre chose, non? Ça vous dit pas on fait un react au react de Garak sur Danganronpa XL? J'hésite d'ailleurs à react... Ah bah tiens, il y a du soleil qui revient. J'hésite à react à son react. Enfin, react pas directement avec vous, genre regarder son react plutôt. Que le faire en stream en fait. Je sais pas vraiment. Est-ce que ça vous intéresserait dans le principe qu'on fasse le react à Danganronpa XL? En sachant que mon but c'est quand même pas non plus d'aller trop marcher sur ces plates-bandes. Genre je le laisse terminer complètement son react avant de faire le mien, tu vois. Si je commence à faire à react vraiment, genre, pendant qu'il est en train de le faire, ça va pas se faire. Qui va bien se faire exécuter, je demande. Moi, exécutez-moi, SVP. Comme ça, au moins, c'est fini. Genre, exécutez-moi, on n'en parle plus, d'accord? Comme ça, il n'y a plus de problème, tout va bien. N'empêche, j'ai un somme incommensurable. Et le stress. Et on n'a même pas encore lancé le jeu, c'est ça le pire. Le projet est annulé, donc à toi de voir. Ouais, oui, ça, je sais que le projet est annulé. De toute façon, quels fangans français, à part 3 pour l'instant, ne sont pas annulés? Voilà. Parce que, ok, oui, on a Weeping Rebellion, on a Europa Project, on a Ghost Despair, donc déjà c'est cool. Mais après, XL annulé, Alpha est annulé, et j'ai oublié c'est quoi le troisième. Oui, alors, il y a pas, au cas où si vous êtes sur la rediff, d'accord, il n'y a pas certains, ok, mais sortez des choses, d'accord. Bon, ok, Timeless et Angel's Hell sont pas annulés, ok, d'accord, ok, voilà, je sais. Mais trop de fangames annulés. Mais tous les fangames sont annulés, c'est fou, arrêtez d'annuler aux fangames, allez jusqu'au bout. Salut, c'est Pierre Lima. Allez au bout, genre, de votre taf, en fait. Genre après on est là, on est laissé avec un ordre des morts qu'on s'est bien annulé, pas qu'on s'est juste lâché du jour au lendemain et on pleure. Et on pleure. Ce qui va arriver d'ailleurs dans toute façon là, d'ici je pense 20 minutes. Oula, attendez une seconde, qu'est-ce que... OMG. Un fangame sur 3 se font annuler. Ok, source, tu la sors d'où ta stat? Non, parce que Fireforce, je crois qu'il y a aussi 18% des gens qui demandent que les fangames soient annulés ou un truc dans le genre, je sais pas, j'ai pas compté. Après un certain temps, il y a un problème si c'est dans l'équipe. C'est vrai, malheureusement. Bon, allez, on y va. De toute façon, c'est prévu qu'on souffre, alors allons-y. Hein.
Jeez, things are really heating up now.
Ta mère.
It reminds me of the good old days, just with a lot less RPG Maker jank.
What the fuck are you talking about?
T'inquiète pas, Emilia, il fait que casser le 4ème mur, c'est un mardi matin.
Aren't trials exciting? I'm glad we ditched the class part. Too much of a mouthful. It wouldn't really make sense either, considering they're all adults. Having minors in names like this gets problematic quickly.
It's a killing game. I think it's already pretty problematic.
Mareuse, dans le Christ, tu l'organises.
Well, all things considered, we're a pretty politically correct killing game.
Est-ce qu'on doit reparler des écrans de chargement? Est-ce qu'on doit reparler des écrans de chargement? Est-ce qu'on doit reparler de la douche avec Mint et Zik? Est-ce qu'on doit reparler de la douche avec Mint et Zik ou pas? Non, parce que bon, ok, d'accord. Il y a un fancam qui s'est fait annuler, dont je citerai pas le nom, vous savez très bien lequel, où littéralement ça a été rendu canon que 2 personnages après... genre après un... Comment ça s'appelle? Après une nuit, on littéralement ken ensemble. Littéralement, ça a été dit par l'équipe. Bon, après, je pense que c'était un peu du bait. Mais genre... Ça n'existe pas, les fangames politiquement corrects. Ça n'existe pas, ça n'existe pas. Regardez Ghost Despair, c'est pas politiquement correct. Weeping Rebellion, c'est pas politiquement correct. Même Culture, c'est pas politiquement correct. Arrêtez un moment. Faut pas se mentir comme ça sert à rien.
Prisoners are diverse, and we're making them kill each other. Doesn't it sort of circle around to being... Never mind. I'm just surprised one of them actually took the bait and killed someone.
Ah.
Really now? I thought you believed Ultimates were all terrible people.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's different hearing stories about it and seeing it in person. I hadn't seen a dead body before we got the crypto asshole to haul 11's body out of the canteen.
Je vais retenir ça.
I figured they were bad, but I didn't know they'd actually kill someone.
Well, keep up motives like you have, and I'm sure they'll keep fighting. Endless bloodshed waits for us. Oh, just think how many viewers it'll bring in.
Alors, Endless, pas non plus, hein, vous avez 12
Don't
participants.
care about our ratings or how many people watch it. It's not about that. It's about spreading our message.
Don't you want as many ears as possible to hear your message? Isn't that how social change happens? As long as we keep bringing in more viewers, then we'll be helping the cause.
I guess so.
The best way to do that is through violence. Everyone wants to see a sick fuck get killed, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't want to cheapen our message for the sake of bringing in more viewers.
Oh, don't you worry about silly things like that. That'll never happen, Millie.
Don't call me that.
We're entirely committed to spreading the anti-ultimate message and exposing how terrible these people are. We'd never sell out. No.
Bien sûr, évidemment. Salut Matrax. Toi aussi, tu viens pleurer?
Anyway, don't you think it should be time for an ad break? We haven't had one in a bit.
What did we just talk about?
Come on. Gotta keep the lights on in the prison somehow.
Jesus Christ.
Dracool.
Non.
It's either you or me. And I know for sure that...
Hey, come on, man. Aren't we narrowing down things a little quickly here? This feels like a big leap to make. I don't want to have to accuse you to defend myself. I can't throw a friend under the bus like that.
C'est vrai qu'il y a un demi-cœur sur cette save.
I'm serious. I didn't do this. You've got to believe me here.
Non, ça va pas. Vous savez déjà ce qui va se passer. Pourquoi à chaque fois qu'il y a un nouveau sprite, je suis par pipette. Oh putain. Pas besoin de me le dire, vous inquiétez pas. Hop, non, ça c'est trop. Voilà, hop là, 50, c'est bon. Laisse quoi?
Are we sure there's not some other possibility we haven't considered?
Ouais, sûrement.
Hey, it's going to be okay. We just want to get to the bottom of things here, alright?
Right. I mean, this feels a little improbable, no? Surely it's more likely someone snuck into Mincel after the party.
Sure, they could have, but that would have been real risky. What if he woke up?
C'est vrai.
As far as I'm concerned, there's only two bastards who could have done this. And right in front of me, too.
Alors, déjà, t'étais à moitié bourré. Deuxièmement, je crois que tu étais occupé à... jouer au petit train. Ou à profiter de la chaleur de la douche. Si tu vois ce que je veux dire.
It's always the people who act so above everyone, huh? You always think you've got the right to trample over people you see as smaller than you, don't you?
I promise you, I didn't do this. I'm having trouble processing.
Si c'est Shinku et qu'on joue un autre prota, je vais péter un câble. Mais les sprites sont
Promises ain't nothing to me. They're all empty as hell. Another word for lies as far as I'm concerned. Actions speak far louder.
Until the two of you can provide a reason why you couldn't have done it, you are prime suspects.
C'est pas très compliqué, Lyra, tu es littéralement la raison pour laquelle Shinku n'a pas pu le faire. Simplement parce que genre... La seule personne qui s'est retrouvée seule dans la douche, sans être avec Mintezik, c'est Dracul, puisque tu étais allé chercher les vêtements.
You're really putting me on the spot here. This is a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah, guys. Shouldn't we take a time out or something? This is a lot.
On en a déjà pris un.
We don't have time for that.
Just because we're under a time limit doesn't mean we should let our judgment get all messed up. I know you guys are scared. Trust me, I'm terrified. But jumping onto the first suspect that seems probable just because we're scared of running out of time is just going to get everyone killed.
This doesn't sound like much of a defense. Sounds like you're just stalling. Or covering for the other kid.
You just accused him and me of murder. Of course Shin is gonna freeze up. You would as well.
I don't know. If I was you, I'd be scrambling to try and come up with something that disproves you could have been the killer. But that's just my talkative.
Moi, je propose d'attendre genre 1 ou 2 chapitres, d'accord, ok, hein, qui prennent un trop gros shot de testostérone par accident, et qui finissent par tuer quelqu'un, voir s'il va réagir comme il dit qu'il va réagir, et s'il va se mettre à pleurer comme une petite merde.
Well,
petite merde qu'il est.
Damn, I'm not good with being put on the spot. It's easy when it's stupid player decisions I didn't expect, but this feels a lot more serious.
C'est Sprite.
I promise you guys, I didn't do this. I'm just hardcore blanking right now.
The rat poison.
Huh? What about it?
When would he have gotten a chance to get it?
Mais pourquoi chaque nouveau sprite est incroyable? J'ai pas les mots, j'ai pas les mots, j'ai pas les mots. J'ai vraiment pas les mots là le chat, mais vraiment, mais... Non, Matrax, chute. Non, en fait, non, juste chute là pour le coup. 52 parce qu'il y a celui de Shinko aussi, que j'ai pas compté. Ça va être difficile, hein, ça va être vraiment compliqué. Bon, encore ça va, j'ai pas non plus... Enfin, j'ai encore à peu près des mots, quoi, bref.
I mean, it was free for the taking in the canteen all week, wasn't it?
Yes, but Dracul has, well, for lack of a better phrase, major attachment issues. He constantly seeks either me or Shinko out for mealtimes. He hates eating alone. If I had to psychoanalyze him, I suppose it's just an effect of being raised with so many siblings. He's used to eating with others. He likely feels anxious when he's alone.
I can back this up too! He'd come to my cell constantly to watch episodes of Melody Pretty and just hang out!
He often came to me for advice and to cook together. He seemed to take any opportunity he could to hang out. I think Dracul appreciates having some sort of sister figure to substitute for his actual sisters.
What? You guys too? He would constantly come to me to work out and train. Said if Mint and Zeke weren't gonna let me train with them, then we could make a cooler training group on our own.
He never asked to hang out with me.
Nothing personal, man. I just didn't want to make his meanie mad.
Point is, Dracul was almost never alone. When on earth would he have gotten the opportunity to get the rat poison without someone else noticing?
So, we're saying Shinku is the more likely option here.
It does seem to line up that way, doesn't it?
He was probably planning on hiding behind his boyfriend. Backstabbing coward.
Qui lui dit? Qui lui dit princesse? Hein? Princesse?
Hold on, I would never hurt Mint, let alone kill him. Are you insane? He was my friend.
T'as une phrase à dire, Shinko, on termine ce
Well,
procès,
Sam,
arrête.
You're willing to throw your other friend under the bus. Wouldn't surprise me if you'd be willing to go further than that to get out.
Why on earth would I do that? Ichi had already been picked.
Revenge, maybe? Sorry, it's not a very nice thought, but it's not out of the question for you to resent all of us after what happened to your hostage.
Si je peux dire le mot, c'est bon. Bien vu, Matrax, bien vu.
Why wouldn't he have gone for me or Fu? We were the ones that got his hostage pushed after he exposed he'd been eavesdropping.
Well, succeeding with murder means getting us all killed.
If he was angry enough at all of us...
Come on, guys. He's not that heartless. Shin wouldn't do that. I know that for sure.
But if you're ruled out due to not having an opportunity to get the rat poison, then who else could it be?
I don't think we can rule out Dracul.
What?
There was an opportunity for him to get the rat poison. An opportunity where he was alone.
Hey, come on, Shin. I know it's scary getting accused, but come on, man. Let's not turn on each other. That's exactly what this game wants us to do.
Mais comme alors? Il y a une nuit où il est resté seul. Vous savez, la nuit où on a eu la frayeur comme quoi, oh mon dieu, en fait, on a retrouvé le corps de Draco alors qu'il était juste endormi. Les bâtards. Oh putain de merde. Ça, pour le coup, j'y aurais vraiment jamais pensé. Genre, autant le reste, vas-y, why not? Genre, je peux y réfléchir, je peux y penser. Ça, je l'aurais jamais vu. Genre, je l'aurais jamais. Waouh, je l'aurais pas
I
vu.
want to clear your name, just as much as you do. You don't need to drag me down to do it. We can prove our innocence together.
Je rajouterai le smash après.
I'm sorry.
Non, non, je survis pas, c'est le problème.
Nothing personal, but Dracul could have gotten the rat poison when he. I've got it. Drac, that night when you went to go search for that strange man that knocked me out, you were alone, right?
Ah, yeah, I guess I was. I didn't want to bother anyone with having to stay up with me the whole night, so I searched by myself. But I got Iz to join me for a few hours.
But not for the whole night, right?
No, just for a few hours.
By that point, Dr. Elenius had already put the rat poison in the canteen. In those few hours, Dracul could have taken it and pocketed it for later use, right?
Me regarde pas comme ça. Me regarde pas comme ça. Non, arrête. Ah, me regarde pas comme ça, d'accord? Moi, je veux pas t'accuser, mais sinon on meurt. Pourquoi on est obligé de faire ça? Je pense qu'au chapitre 3, très sincèrement, je pense très sincèrement que chapitre 3, j'explose. Je vais pas vous mentir, hein. Je pense très sincèrement que chapitre 3, j'explose. C'est pas possible autrement. Non mais si, regarde, là, il nous regarde directement, donc bref.
Wouldn't that mean he's been planning this for a while now?
Wait, hold the phone. Strange man? This is the first I'm hearing about this. Who's been keeping me out of the loop?
TKT.
I was about to say, what exactly are you referring to here, Kutsuki?
Ah, the other day I was walking back from Mint's cell in the middle of the night, and I
Non mais je
encountered this
retirerai
strange
pas
man
ce
with
chapitre.
ginger hair, and he spewed some nonsense and then knocked me out.
And you didn't think to tell us this earlier, kid?
Merci Lalo de ton soutien. J'ai envie de mourir. J'ai envie de crever.
Well, everyone seems so preoccupied with the votes, I didn't think we needed another thing to worry about.
Dude, this is huge. That guy could have some sort of connection to the people running this.
Mm-hmm.
If we were able to capture him, he could have questioned him or at least had some leverage over the higher-ups here.
Wait, sorry, I spaced out. Who the hell are we talking about?
Some strange mystery fellow with ginger hair.
Non, quand même pas Isodec, mais par contre, je vais peut-être probablement chialer. Oh, comment ça, goddammit?
Is this something we are meant to know about?
Comment ça, goddammit? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
We told him not to speak to any of you. Of course his dumbass stepped out of line.
Ah, moi qui m'attendais à ce que ce soit un truc plus sympa.
Who is he exactly?
J'ai déjà une peluche et ça ne marchera pas, mais
Oh,
vas-y.
he's just the janitor. Don't mind him. If you kidnap him or whatever, you'll be wasting your time. He knows nothing about what's going on here.
Merci Lalo pour la série de 25 visionnages. C'est vraiment le stream où il fallait la lâcher ta série.
So if you decide to talk to him, it's your loss, really.
Is that really any way to talk about one of your employees?
Merci, Julie. Merci.
Was meant to be in the game, but found out something he shouldn't.
Ah,
Didn't
intéressant.
exactly set him free, but he wasn't exactly participant material anymore.
Ouais, mais tu nous as donné une info qu'il fallait pas que tu nous donnes là en fait.
We decided to make him work for us as the janitor. Reduce, reuse, recycle. No?
That's crazy to say about a living, breathing human being.
C'est vrai.
I'm glad, to be honest. Since he figured it out, we had to get a replacement prisoner, which just so happened to be Miss Santil over there.
La vie de ma mère, je me retiens parce que la vie de ma mère, je vais pas me contenir longtemps. Vous êtes en train de me dire que c'est juste à cause de ce fils de chien que Sugi est en train de prendre là? Ah non, quoique, en fait, maintenant que j'y pense, si jamais il n'y avait pas eu Sugi dans le jeu, en fait, bah, ça aurait peut-être été la proche de Taka, et du coup, non, ouais, non, en fait, non, en fait, c'est, bon, je sais pas. Bref, dans tous les cas, je les déteste.
Suga has been doing us numbers. Let me tell you that. Fan favorite in the making.
What? So, you're telling me I shouldn't even really be here?
C'est vrai que j'aurais mon Smash et j'aurais pas mon perso préféré, mais bon.
You're still a criminal, don't get me wrong. It's just not exactly the sort of crime we were originally planning on exposing.
What? This seems really unfair.
That's not fair at all. If I was you, I'd put the Sioux in Asuga, and I'd have a proper word with the people running this.
Alors, Taka,
I think if you're taking someone who organized a killing game to court, then that's the least of the things they're gonna get charged with.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we can discuss the implications of that later. Right now, we need to focus on the murder at hand.
So, the purple kid could have gotten the rat poison. That puts him back on the suspect list, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't narrow it down to just him. Sam had an equal opportunity to grab the rat poison and slip it into the mask when Mint was in the shower with me.
No.
Yeah, but if he slipped the poison in, I would have seen it, wouldn't I? Me and Shin were talking the whole time. If either of us had slipped something in Mint's mask, the other would have noticed.
That does make sense. That would help clear both of you, wouldn't it?
That would send us right back to square zero. Isn't this frustrating?
Ouais, c'est pas comme si on avait genre l'information qui
It's
permettait de savoir que
relieving.
c'était faux, mais bon.
I doubted either one of them would have killed someone. I'm glad to have confirmation.
Non, t'as je vois pas trop vite, il se
See?
Mathius.
I told you it was a third party. Nothing to do with me or Shin. Phew. You guys had me all anxious there for a moment.
Me too. Sorry for not helping much. I panicked and jumped the gun again.
I understand. I think anyone would have, but you can rely on me, Shin. Don't you worry. I know you're scared, but I'll make sure we don't turn our backs on one another. That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah, sorry for turning on you. I think I just freaked out.
But if it wasn't in the shower room, when could it have possibly been done?
Maybe we're just missing something.
Oh, God. It feels like we'll never get anywhere. Why couldn't Minty have written the killer's name next to him when he died? So inconsiderate.
Je me demande bien enfin, de quoi il parle. Vraiment, personne n'a jamais fait ça. Hein.
You can't be serious.
Eh oui, c'est vraiment... Non, c'est pas possible, on est d'accord.
Let's just try to review this from step one. We can figure out who it was eventually if we work together. I'm sure.
Ouais, j'aimerais bien voir vite fait. Ok. Bon, ça devrait le faire. On va se débrouiller avec ça.
We know for sure it couldn't have been done at the party.
Elle a raison.
But I don't know what other opportunities people would have gotten.
Guess they could have done it after he was already back in his cell.
Non,
But the kid probably would have woken up.
c'est vrai.
Either way, I know me and Shin are in the clear here. We couldn't have slipped in the poison without the other noticing. After all, we were watching each other the whole time.
C'est ça qu'il faut. C'est sur celui-là qu'il faut tirer. J'aurais peut-être dû regarder le détail de certaines balles.
In the showers with you as well, no? Is there a possibility he slipped it in after you two left?
Slow down. Zeke was far too drunk to do that.
He had to be carried to his cell for Christ's sake.
Not to mention, if I was gonna hurt anyone here, it sure as hell wouldn't have been Mint. I mean, Shinku's right there. His death would be piss easy to frame as a suicide.
You have a lot of creative thoughts, don't you?
We know for sure it couldn't have been done at the party.
Oui, non, mais il y a aucun monde où je réfute un délire, quoi. Même si j'ai tort, je réfute pas ton diable.
Guess they could have done it after he was already back in his cell. But the kid probably would have woken up.
Either way, I know
Bon,
me
on va
and
faire une
Shin are in
erreur
the
et c'est pas
clear
grave.
here. We couldn't have slipped in the poison without the other noticing. After all, we were watching each other the whole time.
Ouais, non, je savais que c'était pas la bonne balle. Cherche pas, c'est fini, c'est pas grave. Par contre, niveau sauvegarde, pas ouf, hein. Juste revoir les balles. Dès qu'on aura passé tout ça.
Hey,
Est-ce qu'il y a une touche pour aller plus vite? Je me rappelle jamais.
We don't.
Just cause
Ok, c'est bon, j'ai retrouvé. Allez, grouille-toi.
Come.
I've got it.
Mais en fait, le problème, c'est que je me rappelle plus de ce qui... Oui, je sais, vous inquiétez pas. Juste, je suis en train de passer jusqu'au moment où on revient en non-stop debate. Mais en fait, le truc, c'est que je sais juste pas ce qu'il y avait dans le témoignage de Zeke et de Dracul. J'ai juste un énorme doute. Oui, je veux revoir les balles. Puisque j'ai regardé que celui d'Alora Vitef. Alors, on va reprendre, du coup, le témoignage de Zeke. Ok. Ça, jusque-là, on est d'accord. C'était ça. Comment ça, tu vois plus ton bras gauche?
We know for sure it couldn't have been done at the party. But I don't know what other opportunities people would have gotten.
Guess they could have done it after he was already back in his cell. But the kid probably would have woken up.
Non, t'inquiète, il se serait pas réveillé.
Either way, I know me and Shin are in the clear here. We couldn't have slipped in the poison without the other noticing. After all, we were watching each other the whole time.
Y a aucun plaisir là hein, dans ce que je suis en train de faire. Vraiment aucun plaisir.
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, j'aime beaucoup cette version de l'OST. Les OST sont un banger, c'est
You're
incroyable.
making no sense to me
Les
today,
OST sont un
Shin.
banger.
We were talking to each other and everything. It clears both you and me. If you're arguing it could have been done without one of us spotting it, you're just incriminating yourself too. And I don't want people to jump on you, Shin. I know you didn't do this.
But there was a point where I took my eyes off you. An opportunity for you to have done it. When Zeke had wine poured all over him, we got Lyra to bring him a change of clothes. And she didn't step into the shower room, did she?
Yeah, no, I don't even want to know what was happening between four men in the shower.
Et crois-moi, tu voulais pas savoir parce que c'était vraiment chaud et humide. Titre.
I stayed in the hallway. Shinku came out of the shower room to collect the clothes.
Well, surely that was too brief of a time frame for Dracul to slip the poison in.
I don't know. We talked for a bit about things. He definitely would have had the opportunity.
And Dracul was by their clothes the whole time. When Zeke and Mint took them off, he picked them off the floor and folded them up.
Exactement,
He could
exactement.
have done it fairly quickly.
Ça m'énerve énormément ce qui est en train de se passer.
Shin? You don't seriously think I did this, right?
Je veux pas y penser en fait, mais le problème c'est que tout pointe vers toi. Putain.
Hey, Shin, come on. You know I wouldn't do something like this.
Alors pourquoi tu l'as fait?
I can barely plan what I'm gonna have for lunch. How would I have planned all this out? I didn't know Iz was gonna spill wine on Zeke. I didn't know we'd end up in the showers.
Bon après ça encore tu te fous de la gueule du monde là.
The odds don't line up at all. I couldn't have planned that Lyra would show up and you'd step into the hallway. I'm not that smart.
What a twist! The presidency of Vaut turns out to secretly be some sort of master manipulator, able to predict everyone's movements like character pieces on a board.
Il est MJ hein.
I really don't think that's it.
Uchiyama's right. This doesn't feel like a coordinated case.
He probably just saw an opportunity and took it, not thinking entirely straight.
Ah bah c'est sûr qu'en étant dans la douche avec deux mecs en train de baiser à côté, tu ne peux pas penser hétéro. Ce n'est pas possible de penser hétéro. On est d'accord le chat, impossible de penser hétéro dans ce genre de cas. La preuve, Lyra qui veut essayer de faire genre qu'elle pense hétéro n'est pas rentrée dans la salle. Enfin, n'est pas rentrée dans les douches.
Probably picked up the rat poison that night as a last resort, and saw the perfect opportunity lined up in front of him, and took it. If Zeke hadn't gotten so buzzed, then he likely wouldn't have gotten into that fight with Miss Prissy. Wouldn't have gotten soaked, wouldn't have gotten to the showers with a dead kid, and he wouldn't have gotten poisoned.
Allez hop, retourne tout sur Zeke, c'est bien.
What?
No. No, this ain't my fault. Don't push it onto me. No way in hell would I have gotten him killed. This is the killer's fault. I had no way of knowing things would line up like this. I didn't. God damn it, I didn't mean to get him.
Why are you, of all people, trying to push this onto someone else? You're one to talk about getting people killed. Look what you did to me.
C'est vrai, c'est vrai, c'est vrai. Ce gars a raison.
Just saying, if he can hold his liquor better, this never would have happened.
Well, if Isabel hadn't thrown the wine over me, we wouldn't have had to go to the showers. She's the one who provoked me in the first place. It's her fault.
Well, if Lyra hadn't gotten you so intoxicated in the first place, then our little altercation likely wouldn't have happened in the first place.
So it's her fault?
The fault lies in the killer. The person who actively decided to take another life? Needlessly arguing with each other is just wasting our time.
All that matters here is this was a compulsive murder. Draco likely just saw an opportunity and took it.
Drac? Give me a moment here. You guys don't really think I did this, right?
J'adore les trois petits points à côté du sprite de Suki.
Well, considering all the evidence.
What the hell do you think, sweetheart?
Hey, hold on now. Once again, this lines up way too well, doesn't it? It's way too improbable all these things just so happen to line up. I couldn't have predicted any of this.
Exactly. Which would explain how simplistic the murder really was when you boil it down. This case has only really been complicated by the other plans that were conducted parallel to Mint's murder.
It's improbable, but not impossible.
Elle a raison aussi.
Whoa, I know it looks bad right now, but just give me a second to think. I swear, I wouldn't do this. I'm just really struggling under pressure here. I want to say something. I want to defend myself. Come on, you guys believe me, right? Please, don't give up on me. Shin, come on. I saved you earlier. Can't you return the favor? Back me up here?
C'est insupportable. C'est encore plus insupportable. C'est encore plus insupportable.
I'm sorry, Dracul.
What? But... You guys, come on. You can't seriously think I would...
I don't. I really don't think you would have done this. Which is why I'm speechless. I can't think of anything, Dracul. Everything is pointing to you doing it. I can't think of any alternative. Trust me, I wish there was something. I wish there was some miracle evidence that pointed the case in any other direction. That smile when you folded up Mint's clothes, when we talked about the future, about you enjoying chores like that. Did you know what you were planning to do then?
Don't.
No, please don't answer that. I shouldn't have asked that. You bringing up how we had our eyes on each other, you defending me, it helped me remember that I had stepped out. It helped me realize that only you. I don't want this to be the case, but there's no one else it could possibly be.
I've heard enough.
Je comprends que tu t'injectes, il se mêlait, mais...
Is?
Shinku, I have no idea why you're pushing this so hard.
Is Nini. I don't like it either, but it lines up too well. All of the evidence points towards him.
Even if this seems like the most likely solution right now, it's just too many things lining up too perfectly to possibly make sense. There must be a different explanation. Dracul would not have done this. I am certain of it. I don't particularly enjoy arguing with friends, but if it's what I have to do to save all of our lives, then I will.
Alors avec aussi peu de vie, ouais si quand même j'ai sauvegardé. Ah, ok. Ça marche. Ça marche. Je vais pas me faire avoir deux fois. Ah, quoique, j'ai sauvegardé juste avant, donc en vrai, Osef. Quand même regarder, genre. Allez, on y va, on va bien voir ce que ça donne.
I don't know why we're ruling out the possibility of someone sneaking into Mint's cell after the party. Ezekiel's account shows Mint was alone in his cell at night. It's not like he can lock his cell. None of us can. It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
Mhm.
It's unlikely, as we discussed earlier. If someone broke to Mint's cell, it's likely he would have woken up. Mint was the skittish type. And for that to work, he'd have to have been wearing the
Merde, la
mask to
coupure
sleep.
publicitaire.
If it was to ease anxiety, he likely did wear the mask to sleep, especially after being surrounded by drunk people the whole night. If Mint was using herbs to quell his anxiety, he likely used them for other things too. It's not a stretch he used them to help him sleep. He helped make others remedies to help them sleep in the past. A remedy-induced sleep could have been far deeper than regular sleep, allowing the killer to not easily wake him. It seems a lot less risky than trying to tamper with the mask in the showers. Easier to plan as well. Shinku, please. It can't be Dracul. Please, we both know it just can't be Dracul.
Là, le problème, c'est que j'étais concentré sur le OK, vu le temps de pub, est-ce que vous allez voir ce qui s'est passé? Du coup, je suis pas sûr des couleurs que je vais rentrer. Ouais, voilà, c'était ça. C'est pas grave, je vais la refaire. Je vais la refaire, et comme ça, au moins, pour celles qui ont eu la pub, vous verrez tout. Ouais, c'est pas grave. Non, allez, on y va. Oui, mais Brian, pense aux autres un petit peu. Donc, on était d'accord sur le premier, c'est rouge, bleu, vert. Rouge, bleu, vert, jaune, rouge. Rouge, bleu, vert, jaune, rouge.
It would have been safer for the killer to do it done anyway. Everyone else was asleep. I just can't understand why you're turning under cool so quickly.
On a dit, oui, on a dit rouge, bleu, vert, jaune, rouge.
It's unlikely, as we discussed earlier.
Le deuxième, ensuite, c'était bleu, vert, jaune, rouge, bleu, jaune, rouge.
Mint was the skittish type. And for that to work, he'd have to have been wearing the mask to sleep.
If it was to ease anxiety, he likely did wear the mask to sleep, especially after being surrounded by drunk people the whole night.
Bleu,
if Mint was using herbs
vert.
to quell his anxiety, he likely used them for other things too. It's not a stretch
Bleu,
to
vert,
use
jaune.
them to help them
Ok,
sleep.
bleu,
He
vert,
helped make
jaune.
others remedies to help them sleep in the past. A
Bleu, vert, jaune,
remedy-induced
rouge.
sleep could have been far deeper
Bleu,
than
vert,
regular
jaune,
sleep,
rouge.
allowing the killer to not easily wake him. It seems a lot less risky
Bleu, vert,
than
jaune,
trying
rouge,
to tamper
bleu.
with the mask in the showers. Easier to plan as well.
Bleu, vert, jaune, rouge, bleu.
Shinku.
Bleu, vert, jaune, rouge, bleu, jaune. Bleu, vert, jaune, rouge, bleu, jaune. Bleu, vert, jaune, rouge, bleu, jaune, rouge. Bleu, vert, jaune, rouge. Non, oh là, oula. Oh là là, c'est compliqué. Vert, jaune, rouge, jaune et rouge.
Don't you realize the killer could have easily snuck into Mint's cell, and no one would have noticed?
Je suis vraiment désolé que ce soit ça en plus.
I'll rewrite those words.
How on earth would anyone have noticed when half of us were asleep and the other half were in the infirmary? If anything, Dracul's account reaffirms his innocence. If he wasn't in his cell, how on earth would he have heard Fu going to Alora's cell?
I'm not denying he was in his cell. But him overhearing Alora and Fu's discussion from his cell proves exactly why someone couldn't have broken to Mitt's cell. If the cell walls are that thin that he could overhear that, then Maiko would have clearly heard if there was someone attempting to break into Mitt's cell.
And I didn't hear anything.
Is Meanie.
You're right. God, you're right.
So, if the cell break theory is a bust, then it's pretty clear who our culprit is.
Still, I'd like to give him a chance to voice his side of things before we vote. Even if he is the killer, we should give him a chance to explain himself.
Why the hell should we hear him out if he's the one who killed Mint? He took another life. He doesn't deserve our time.
But he could be really sorry.
Sorry isn't going to bring Mint back.
In the end, he killed because he wanted to. That's enough for me. I don't need to hear anyone out. It's not my business.
We don't know for sure. Listen, Dracul, you must have some sort of explanation. Something that proves you didn't.
Dracul, please.
Say something, please!
I don't know what to say. I'm scared.
Is that seriously all you have to say? Say anything. Even if it's lying to save your skin, at least try to fight for your life a little bit.
Even if I was able to pull out some evidence to defend myself, to convince you otherwise, you've all already made up your minds, haven't you?
No, come on. We don't want it to be you. If you could just give us some explanation, maybe we could make sure we don't all die here.
I don't have anything. I'm sorry, Shin.
Fine. If you won't vouch for yourself, then I'll just have to do it for you. Stupid man. I hate him so much. Never stepping up when it's Christ, guys, like you drive me insane. Make me feel like I have to do everything around here.
J'ai un savoir comment tu rames, mais Ismene a raison. Je suis désolée, mais à un moment, elle dit les termes là.
To the choir there is.
Someone still could have broken into Mitt's cell. There's one person who could have gone in without having anyone hear them. Someone who had a hostage they wanted to protect. You know who? Right, Shingo?
Someone who could have gone into Mitt's cell without anyone hearing them. Right. That would be...
J'ai aucune idée de qui c'est. Si, j'ai une idée de qui c'est, malheureusement. Et c'est pas mieux en fait! Genre pourquoi?
Your cell is right next to Mitt's cell.
J'ai envie de me foutre en l'air, putain.
Asuka obviously wasn't in her cell due to being in the infirmary. You likely would have known they were somewhere else, given they didn't return to the canteen after cleaning up after the party. If you'd snuck into Mitt's cell at night, no one could have heard you.
Huh? No, you've got it all wrong. I didn't know Asuka was in the infirmary. I thought she'd just gone back to her room.
Or is that something you just said to provide yourself with an alibi later down the line?
C'est qui, ma puce? S'il te plaît.
No, I'm being serious, guys. I didn't do anything. I really, truly pinky promised that I didn't know.
Maiko seems like a bigger possibility than a lot of people. She did stay in the canteen after the party, right after everyone left. She could have easily taken the rat poison then.
Why? Why on earth would I do that?
You did seem pretty downtrodden after the party. I was going to check up on you, but I prioritized Ismene because she seemed a bit too drunk for her own good.
Wow. Is one bad party really enough cause to kill someone?
I mean, I think it was a buildup of stuff. She seemed really against her hostage being chosen, even to the point that Taki had to volunteer hers instead.
Hey! Anyone would defend their hostage! They're all people we care about a lot!
Not to mention those slippers she always wears. If anyone was able to sneak around without being heard, it would be her. Those things barely make a sound against the ground.
I'm uncertain. I follow the logic here, but there's no evidence to fully verify Yuzuki was involved.
But is there anything that can disprove her involvement?
I suppose you're correct.
Still, there's no way to disprove either plan. It's equally likely that Dracul slipped it in the mask in the showers as Maiko sneaking into Mint's cell and slipping it in then.
But how are we ever meant to figure out which one of them is what happened?
I say we flip a coin. Seems like a fair solution to me.
Ta gueule.
Seems to me like that would be how we get ourselves all killed.
Merci.
If you want my bet, I'd say Pinky is the better option here.
Y'en a qu'un seul des deux qui sait pour le masque.
What?
The other kid being the killer relies on the assumption that he planned it at least a day in advance. Got the rat poison that day, and then just so happened to run into the perfect opportunity the next day. It seems unlikely such an opportunity would present itself right after he just so happened to grab the rat poison, no?
Unlikely, but sure as hell not impossible.
Still, it seems more probable Pinky felt bitter after her party, picked up the poison when she was cleaning, and poisoned the other kid while he was sleeping.
Huh. Guess it explains why Mint was the victim, too. He was chosen since he was next to Maiko.
Exactly. She couldn't lie that she heard nothing at night to cover her tracks.
Still, I don't know. She gets all skittish about the smallest things. I don't know if she'd have it in her.
Guys, I didn't!
Such a simple plan would make sense for Pinky too. Not saying either of them are particularly smart, but you know.
Pourquoi on accuse tous les personnages? Putain.
It does strangely line up. I just don't know why we wouldn't have thought about it by now.
Probably way too confused by the 3 simultaneous murder plots to assume it would be that simple.
It does seem a little too simple to be true.
Yeah, it does.
Maiko, do you have anything that could disprove it was you?
I'm really bad at situations like this.
Je pense que n'importe qui, coupable ou pas, serait vraiment... Bref, j'ai vraiment juste le
I
seul.
told you that I just vote if you accused me, and now you're doing just that.
Hey, we're not trying to dogpile you. We're just trying to figure this out. I hope you didn't kill Mint, but... see things from our perspective here. You can't deny it. It looks pretty bad for you.
I know it does. But what am I meant to say? You all decided you hate me. You've already decided I'm the killer. If I try to argue, you're just going to yell at me.
I can't tell if this is a confession or not.
Well, if you're trying to get away with it, I doubt you'd confess. You'd keep struggling and denying it until the final moment.
I feel more at ease if we had a formal confession. It's still equally likely to be Dracul.
But I doubt we'll be getting anything like that, quite frankly. Besides, we don't have much time left. I say we end this here and save her the humiliation.
Huh? Wait! No! Hey,
If you want to save your life, you gotta give us more than that.
But it don't seem like anyone's vouching for or defending her. I'm not saying it can't still be Dracul. You're looking over things. Huh. I hate to agree with the ultimate classist over there, but...
No.
Huh?
Maiko couldn't have done this. She isn't the killer. Lay off her. There's no way she could have been the killer. I know that for sure.
And how exactly do you know that, Tremblay?
She just isn't. Come on. Don't rush to vote for her. She's not the killer. If you vote for her, then everyone's going to get killed. None of us want that. No one life is worth all that.
Dracul?
How are you so certain all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Dracul, are you saying...
I don't want Maiko to get hurt. That wouldn't be fair on her. That wouldn't be fair on any of you. This isn't worth it. I couldn't live with myself if...
I'm glad you're defending me, but Dracul... Does this mean...
Je suis désolée pour le commentaire, mais j'ai vraiment juste un seum incommensurable et je n'ai strictement rien à dire à part juste là, manger mon seum.
You bastard. You really have nothing to say? Are you that much of a coward?
Well, if he's not saying my Maiko can't be the killer, but is so sure, I can only mean one thing, can't it?
We found our killer, haven't we?
Well, once again, I prefer a proper confession, but his silence does speak volumes.
He took Mint's life, and he doesn't even have the guts to admit it. He's really pissing me off.
Ta gueule.
Oh, please, say something. Anything.
I just can't believe it.
We've known it for a while, though, haven't we? I think some of you just didn't want to believe it. But ever since we narrowed it down to the shower room, it's been obvious.
Well, nothing to be done about it if the kid isn't gonna fess up. We might as well vote now.
I suppose so.
Yes, we can't
J'en
let
ai
the
marre.
time limit expire. I don't want to find out what happens if we do.
Well, if Tremblay isn't going to provide a confession or defense, we should proceed to the vote.
Hang on! Wait! No, come on, guys. Don't vote me like this. I just got overwhelmed for a second there. But I swear this wasn't me. I would never hurt someone. Come on. Shin.
Ça va être fier le titre de la
Believe me,
rediff,
right?
je pense.
Dracul, it all points to you. I don't know what to tell you.
I can't die like this, Shin. Please, just hear me out, okay? I didn't do this. I'll prove it to you. It can't end like this.
Je suis d'accord, ben fais-le. Oui, je veux sauvegarder, oui. OMG. On peut dissocier? On peut no that's wrong, ok.
This is really freaking me out. I wouldn't do this. You know that.
Le fait qu'on puisse dissocier me termine.
This is really freaking me out. I wouldn't do this. You know that.
Le problème, c'est qu'on a littéralement rien pour genre... Comment dire? Savoir à quoi servent les sorts.
I don't want to die. kind of person do you think I am? I'd never hurt Mint like that. I'd never hurt anyone. That time we spent together, you know I wouldn't do this. That time we spent together, you know I wouldn't do this. I want to figure this out just as much as you guys. I want to figure this out. Can't you see this game is trying to turn us against each other? You're really scaring me here. Are you actually serious about this? We can work through this together. I believe in us. I want to figure this out just as much as you guys.
Je sais pas si on peut l'utiliser maintenant là.
What would my mom think if I killed someone? We were meant to meet up with each other when we all got out of here. Don't you still want to do that?
Je sais que je vais pas mourir et je veux pas que tu crèves non plus, mais on n'a pas le choix.
Come on, please. You know this can't be me. I mean, what reason would I even have to do this?
I'll rewrite those words.
You were scared of your mother getting chosen, weren't you? That would have impacted your whole family, not just her. That's why you took the rat poison, just in case. And I'm sure when you found yourself alone with Mint's clothing the next day, with a little help from the alcohol, I'm sure it seemed like a good idea at the time. You probably thought you wouldn't get an opportunity like that again.
You really are something amazing, Shin. I always wanted to meet you. You don't have any idea how much your books meant to me and my sisters. I always thought if I did, I'd find someone just like me. But you're better than me. What you make aren't just stories. You can actually bring that talent to life, dissect crimes, and find the culprit. I'm just a big coward hiding behind fantasy. Hiding behind my daydreams of being a hero. But I can't protect anyone, really. I take the easy way out at the first sign of conflict. I'm sorry. I didn't know that getting out meant everyone else dying. When I learned that, I knew it was over. I could hardly live with what I'd already done. How on earth was I meant to live with everyone's deaths on my back?
You really?
Well, guess we found our culprit.
He was the one who...
Maybe I've been dozing off, or maybe it's the lack of sleep. but I'm not sure I entirely follow. Do we think we could take this from the top? Explain exactly how Minty died?
Yeah, it still seems strange. Drac is just so nice. How could he... If it was explained clearly, I think I'd feel a lot more confident voting for him.
Alright. If we...
Il n'y a plus aucun plaisir, c'est bon, vas-y, dépêche-toi. Oui, je sais, t'inquiète pas, je me démerderai. Je te rappelle littéralement que j'ai quasiment fait un sans faute, surtout dans Danganronpa à Another, qui est pas réputé pour être un fun gun facile. Vous voyez ce que je vois ou pas, le chat? Vous voyez ce que je vois ou pas, le chat? À mon avis, les dessinateuristes ont dû se faire mais plaisir à ce moment-là. Vous n'imaginez même pas à quel point. C'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Enfin, si c'est grave, mais pas pour les mêmes raisons. Moi, mine, t'as trompé le fisc avant de mourir. C'est horrible, Kyo, putain. C'est horrible de dire ça. Pour moi, ça s'est passé... J'arrive pas à savoir si ça s'est passé après ou avant. Je saurais pas dire. Ouais, c'est bien ça, c'était pas le premier. Ok, donc c'est bon, ok, c'est bon, j'ai l'ordre. Après, on va pas se mentir, certaines images sont vraiment pas claires. Forcément, celle-là, puis celle-là, puis celle-là, puis celle-là.
Let me unravel this case for you. It all started with Mononeko introducing the hostage motive, with all of us having to vote a hostage once per day to experience some sort of punishment. Nearly everyone was shaken by this motive, particularly the killer, who held their hostage extremely dear. As the days went on, their anxiety about keeping their hostage safe grew larger, which slowly pushed them to consider killing one of their fellow prisoners.
Et c'est vrai que dans un sens, les trois personnes qui étaient les plus impliquées dans une possibilité de meurtre étaient les trois personnes qui s'inquiétaient le plus pour leur otage. Enfin, en tout cas, qui le montraient le plus.
A few days later, the killer was patrolling at night, searching for the mysterious stranger I'd encountered the night before.
Au début, j'ai cru que c'était des collants. Pas que les mecs ne veulent pas porter des collants, mais du coup, j'étais vraiment en mode... En fait, c'est une meuf, ça, non? Et du coup, j'avais un doute sur le fait que c'était, bah, du coup... Greyman, mais bon, maintenant je le sais.
During these patrols alone, the killer picked up and pocketed some of the rat poison from the canteen. They picked up the poison as a last resort, just in case they need to take action to protect their hostage later. Action they'd inevitably take the next day right after the party. But importantly, before the party, Ezekiel and Lyra had various pre-drinks and crushed up pills.
Non, c'était du crack.
These put Ezekiel into a state of inebriation. He was more aggressive and disruptive when he eventually joined back to the party. This state of intoxication led him into getting into a fight with his Nini. A fight that ended with Ezekiel being drenched in wine. This caught everyone's attention, so much so that no one noticed Taka had left the party earlier, aside from Fu, but we'll return to that later. Me, Mint, and the killer agreed to take Ezekiel to the shower room to get him cleaned up. Mint helped Ezekiel get undressed and removed his own clothes so as to not get them wet in the shower, entering the shower to help him bathe. Me and the killer stayed outside the main shower area at Ezekiel's request. It was at this point I stepped outside the shower room to receive a spare change of clothes for Ezekiel from Lyra. While I was outside having a brief conversation with her, the killer took their opportunity to slip the rat poison they received into Mint's mask. The lavender and various other herbs stuffed into the mask helped to mask any indication they'd been added, and meant Mint would be none the wiser when he put the mask on once again. At Ezekiel and Mint's request, me and the killer left the shower room, running into Maiko on the way back.
Le pyjama Ziki Pillow Princess, c'est incroyable.
The three of us shared a brief conversation and went back to our cells for the night. Mint and Ezekiel returned to their cells shortly after us, Mint going into his own cell after helping Ezekiel to bed. Likely due to the anxiety of having to deal with drunk people all night, Mint kept his mask on in bed to help him calm himself down, which just meant all night he was breathing in the toxic fumes, slowly shutting down. Meanwhile, Fu had tracked down Taka after he left the party earlier. Driven by a drunken desire to keep his daughter safe, he attacked the boy, hoping to kill him. However, before he could, Asuka jumped in the way and took the stabbing herself. Asuka had been helping clean up after the party, and was walking to put certain supplies away when she saw what was transpiring. Despite their recent conflict with Taka, they couldn't see him get hurt.
Et elle a raison.
Horrified at this, Fu helped Taka bring Asuka to the infirmary. Clearly not wanting anyone who reminded him of his daughter to get hurt, he abandoned his plan to kill and instead sought help. He left Taka in the infirmary with Asuka, and he refused to leave her side all night, terrified of them dying. Fu went to Dr. Elenius' cell to request her help. Dr. Elenius quickly rushed into the infirmary to provide Asuka with medical assistance, later making up a lie to conceal Fu's identity. She did so as to not distract from Mint's killer, and to make sure the trial stayed on track. The killer, who could not sleep due to anxiety over what he'd done, overheard this conversation and later informed me of it during the investigation. The next morning, everyone except Dr. Elenius, Asuka, and Taka gathered in the canteen as usual. Typically, we'd eat breakfast, but we held off due to their absence, a decision that proved life-saving as the breakfast had been laced with cyanide, as someone attempted to cause a suicide pact. But before we could go search for the three absent prisoners, the poison Mint had been breathing in all night finally made his lungs fully shut down. And he collapsed in front of everyone, including the killer, causing widespread shock and confusion. And the killer who caused Mint's deterioration and ultimately took his life can only be one person. That being you, Dracul Tremblay, the ultimate dungeon master.
It really is you, isn't it? You really did. Oh my god. I'm such an idiot.
Well, I suppose this goes to show anyone can kill, given the right circumstances.
I didn't want to believe it, but It's what happened, isn't it?
I just wanted to protect my mom. I just wanted to make sure my sisters would be okay. I just didn't want to be a coward again. I couldn't let them get hurt because of me again. I never wanted things to end up like this. I thought the rat poison would work quicker. I thought he'd die in his sleep. I thought it would be peaceful. I thought he wouldn't even realize what was happening. I couldn't sleep all of last night. I was so scared. I was just kept awake, horrified that I'd actually done it. When I saw him this morning, I felt relieved. I thought maybe I'd messed up, that the poison didn't work. That relief made me realize how much I regret it, but then he fell still, and oh God,
Dracul.
Are you serious? Are you seriously giving him pity after what he did? Him regretting it means nothing. In the end, he still did this. A few tears isn't going to erase that. He's got no right to cry. None at all. God damn it! God damn it! God fucking damn it! Why? Why men?
Je pensais que le deuxième procès d'Espertime, genre, était peut-être le procès qui m'avait plus, genre, brisé le cœur. J'ai rien dit. C'est tellement pire.
You don't even like me. Not one bit. Why? Why him?
He probably doesn't have an answer. The bottom line was, it was just convenient, wasn't it?
It just happened Mint's mask made it easy to poison him. It's awful to think that something he made to bring him comfort would cause his death.
But in the end, it wasn't anything personal, was it? Minty just happened to get unlucky.
No.
What? There was a reason?
It's awful. I mean, I didn't specifically target him, but when he left his mask there, I thought about what he did to his dad. Poisoning him like that, leaving him to suffer. How could anyone do that to their family? It sickened me. I know I didn't know the full story, but even doing that to someone you hate, that's a different kind of malice. And everyone just seemed to be okay with it. I thought I was crazy. It just didn't make sense to me. Then he started offering his mom up to be tortured, and I just...
Si Mint avait un masque. Il avait un masque qu'il portait toujours ici, et en fait, t'as plusieurs sprites où il le mettait, et où il disait justement que c'était pour se calmer, puisqu'il y avait de la lavande dedans.
When his mask was left unattended, I thought I could save her as well, if he wasn't going to do it.
Ok, d'accord. Faudra que je revoie les pubs, puisque du coup, en modifiant le truc, je les ai mises toutes les 30 secondes.
Drac.
What the hell made you think you had the rat?
I know I didn't. I knew I had to do something. I couldn't let my family get hurt. Not again.
T'as vraiment décidé de me raid, genre sur le pire moment possible. Oh putain, t'aurais pu me raid n'importe quel jour. Ça aurait été meilleur qu'aujourd'hui, on est littéralement sur le moment genre le plus déprimant ce jeu. OMG, Brian qui raid en étant lui-même sur le stream. Waouh, c'est fou. T'es caté, c'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Comment est-ce que tu vas? Surtout les jours de l'année, il a fallu que ce soit aujourd'hui. Je te jure, Matrax, je te jure. Comment est-ce que ça va? T'étais sur quoi, toi, du coup? Je dis ça, mais en fait, je le vois littéralement là. Sur une échelle de 1 à mercredi, ça va pas du tout. Ça va pas du tout à cause de ce jeu là. Je n'en peux plus, je n'en peux plus. Le chat est silencieux, personne ne parle, tout le monde écoute. Même moi, je ferme ma gueule tellement vraiment c'est déprimant ce qui est en train de se passer. Globalement, il y a un type qui est en train d'expliquer pourquoi il a tué quelqu'un. Voilà, c'est un bon résumé si jamais les 5 personnes que t'as ramené, enfin l'une des 5 personnes que t'as ramené en dehors de Brian, qu'on joue un jour à Antebellum. Je préfère éviter du coup de spoil. Enfin bon, mais j'espère que c'était cool du coup, je sais même pas arrête d'y jouer, c'est QFT. Oui, alors en fait le problème c'est qu'il y a un truc très très drôle avec Danganronpa, ça s'appelle le masochisme, mon rêve. Voilà, c'est-à-dire qu'à un moment, t'es là, tu te dis bon, effectivement, je souffre un petit peu de jouer à ce jeu, donc je vais arrêter pas du tout. Pas du tout, tu n'arrêtes pas. Tu n'arrêtes pas, tu continues, et le pire en plus c'est que t'en redemandes. C'est que t'en redemandes, c'est ça qui est le pire. C'est dingue, même Matrax est silencieux. Mais vraiment, même Matrax ferme sa gueule, quoi. C'est fou. Mais du coup, j'espère que c'était cool, Repo. Je connais pas du tout, par contre. Je ne sais absolument pas c'est quoi, comme je ne sais absolument pas de quoi ça parle. Je te jure, généralement, je fais une blague pour me foutre de ta gueule, mais là, vraiment, généralement, je me prendrai. Mais tout le monde a le seum. C'est ça qui est bien. C'est que vraiment, ce fangan a réussi le truc incroyable de faire universellement aimer ce personnage à tout le monde. Alors que juste, c'est un type normal, et du coup, là, ça fait mal. Non, c'est tranquille, c'est un peu une sorte de Lethal Company like. Oh, stylé, en vrai, stylé. C'est vrai que des fois, on se pose la question, Matrax, on se pose la question si tu l'as. Mais du coup, tant que t'es encore là, est-ce que tu veux passer un message dans le chat, quoi que ce soit? Je t'en prie. Ce que tu veux, vas-y. Et au passage, pour ceux qui me suivent, allez voir les streams de Jean. Il est super sympa, il est super cool. Super beau, et en plus, son sursoleil est incroyable. Vivez bien, mangez bien SBP. C'est clairement le pire truc qu'il fallait que tu pouvais dire maintenant, mais ouais, en vrai t'as raison, en vrai t'as raison. Bon, allez, on va reprendre la déprime, je sais pas.
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Not from you.
Putain, je viens de penser à un truc, on vient de perdre deux couples gays là. On vient de perdre 2 couples gays dans la même ce jeu est homophobe, On a perdu Shinku et Dracul. Non, quoique il y avait non, en vrai non, pas mais si, il y avait Shinku et Dracul d'un côté et de l'autre il y avait évidemment Ziki et Min qui ont baisé la nuit dernière, mais c'est naze.
Can't we just hurry up and vote for him already? I don't want to see his face any longer than I have to.
100%.
Wait.
Ce jeu Matrax ta gueule.
If you're all ready to vote, then we might as well. And you got there within the time limit. Good going.
Non mais c'est une blague, Brian.
I know we found the killer, but I don't feel very accomplished.
Je pense que personne ne se sentirait accompli dans ce contexte.
I thought I'd feel way more relieved, but I just feel depressed.
Tout pareil, si, tout pareil.
You'll feel better about the whole thing when you've got confirmation you're right. This concludes our first trial. Feel free to vote for who you, yes you, think the killer is. Hope you get it right.
J'aurais pas dit mieux. J'aurais pas dit mieux. Me parlez pas. Ouais, je ne me parlais pas. Ah bah bonjour Shinko, bienvenue dans la dissociation. First time peut-être? Je pense que d'ici 3 minutes, tu fermeras ta gueule. Évidemment, en plus, c'est un perso bisexuel qui tue en premier, évidemment. Ta gueule. Vas-y, dis-le, même si on le savait depuis le début. C'est quand même vachement un bâtard, Modeneko. Alors attends, avant de dire qu'il est sur le cul.
I've always been a coward. I was so scared of being told off. letting people down. I hate myself. I hate how scared I get, how emotional I get, how I cry when things get even slightly stressful.
Ah putain. Matrax. Je ne trouve pas non plus la blague drôle, qu'on soit bien d'accord. Si ça veut bien l'effacer. Oh putain, ça va me faire chier. Pourquoi Twitch me fait ce coup-là? Attendez. Oui, c'est bon, c'est bon. Non, rajoute pas une couche, d'accord. Ok, c'est bon. Vraiment que je trouve pourquoi j'arrive pas à supprimer les messages à chaque fois. Ah, putain. Ne rajoute pas une couche, je vais supprimer son message et on n'en parlera plus. Laissez-moi 2 secondes. Voilà, c'est bon. Pas besoin d'en rajouter une couche. Si j'ai déjà commencé à reprendre ma track, c'est que j'avais supprimé le message. D'accord?
When things get tough, I fall silent. I try to ignore what's happening. I hide away in distractions, in what feels easy. I always run away right when it matters. I just let people down because I'm not ready to be an adult. I've just been pretending since I was young. I thought I'd figure it out eventually, but I don't have it figured out like other people do. I always feel so behind. I feel like if people saw the real me, they'd want nothing to do with me. I was terrified of anyone hating me. I just wanted to be loved. I didn't want them to see how weak I really was. I wanted to be the hero my sisters saw me as. I wanted to be the big brother they deserved. That's why I just kept lying. It was easier. I always just do what's easiest. I thought maybe if I kept lying, if I kept pretending I was dependable and resilient and the person I wanted to be, it would one day become reality. And I'd never let anyone down again. But that's not how it works, is it? I'm not anyone's savior or hero. I'm just me, and I can't stand that. I'm sorry. I really am. I know that sounds hollow, but I really am. I wish I could be that person my sisters needed me to be. I wish I could be the friend you thought you knew. I was serious about wanting to stay friends after all of this. Shin, you probably don't remember it, but I wasn't lying at the party. I really did want to go to those stupid fast food places with you to hang out. I'm sorry, we'll never get to do that campaign together. I'm sorry that I wasn't the person you thought I was. God. I don't want to die. I'm not ready. I can't die being this kind of person. I can't die letting down my family like this. I just went to go see them again.
Oh, is that what you really want? I can certainly arrange that.
What?
Everyone, get ready for the heart-pounding execution of Dracul Tremblay, the ultimate dungeon master. Let's give him one last chance to be a hero. Better make it count, Dracul.
Il y a une probabilité non négligeable que ça crache, les chats.
Hold on! No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Horrible comme exécution. Genre, c'est vraiment horrible. Putain. Takiko, non? Je rigole juste pour essayer d'effacer mon seum, hein, qu'on soit bien d'accord. J'ai vraiment un seum incommensurable. Genre, c'est... Y'a pas de question. J'ai juste le seum. Mhm. Évidemment. Laissez-moi déprimer tranquille, putain! Évidemment. Qu'est-ce que tu veux? C'est intéressant quand même de savoir qu'il y a un contexte un peu plus grand, on va dire, à Antebellum Lockdown. Genre, même, entre gros guillemets, celle qui va nous apparaître, si je puis me permettre, comme la mastermind, n'a pas le contrôle total sur tout le jeu. Et que même elle et sa mascotte sont pas forcément réellement d'accord.
These dropped off. I managed to grab them. I thought maybe you two would like to keep them. I can't imagine how you feel about him right now. But sometimes, even if you hate someone, you don't want to forget them. So, if you'd like, please take them.
Hello, prisoners. I figured we could have an exciting end to such a heart-pounding day. Sorry for springing this on you, but what's life without a little surprise, Raise your sense of adventure. So I'm happy to start our second episode of...
Ah, no.
Of
course they did it.
They're
And
ultimate.
J'aime.
We've had so much boy-on-boy action lately. It's unfair. Especially since people in today's games typically tend to give the men way more attention anyways.
On est d'accord.
I thought we'd balance it out a bit by focusing on 3 girls today. Let's all come together to celebrate some women's wrongs.
J'ai reporté la pub. Mon émission préférée. Les... Ah putain. Ce que font de mal les femmes, c'est parfait.
Exposing today are...
Maiko, Asuga, Takiko, maybe?
Prisoner 02.
Ah, Lyra, cool.
Prisoner 04, Takiko Uchiyama. And Prisoner 12, Molly Yuzuki.
Après, c'est vrai que théoriquement, Mononeko a dit du coup des femmes, donc comme Asuga et Demigirl, et qu'en plus ça skip son crime et pas... Voilà. Par contre, ça va être très intéressant pour Molly.
Wait, she calls herself Michael around you, doesn't she? Oops, slip of the tongue.
Ça arrive, hein. Eh, laisse-la utiliser le prénom qu'elle veut, on s'en
We'll
fout.
unpack that later. Let's get started on seeing what exactly landed Prisoner 02, Lyra Chattel, where she is now. If she didn't make it obvious from the constant talk about popping Xanax and who knows what, ever since she was very young, Lyra has always had a proclivity for substances, let's just say.
D'accord.
Who cares what it is? Who cares how it's made? If it exists, Lyra wants to try it.
C'est pas ouf, mais elle fait ce qu'elle veut.
These things cost money, and so instead of taking up a shitty minimum wage job as a teenager, Lyra sourced her money elsewhere.
Je vais te le dire dans tous les cas, Enzo Deck, mais attends-toi à un truc. Un certain niveau d'hypocrisie de ma part.
Primarily from selling, distributing, and dealing these substances, upcharging and patting them out however she could. Of course, doing this sort of thing often leads you to get in hot water with some not-so-nice people. But whenever things got too dicey, Lyra would put on the puppy eyes and play up the poor homeless teenage girl trying her best who just got dealt a bad hand act to get whoever she could to take her in. Of course, she had no intentions of actually changing. If anything, she saw the poor sods stupid enough to take her in as potential customers. And if not that, people to take the fall if her past caught up to her or she got into hot water in whatever new place she landed herself in. Ditching them just as quickly as she joined them, abandoning them without a word to cover her debts or face the consequences of her pissing the wrong person off. Just to continue the same old cycle again and again with whoever would next take her in. This cycle only broke when she was offered her talent, a title she was only offered because Hopespeak wanted to shut up her criticisms of the Ultimate system. Her little radio debates spread the anti-Ultimate message no matter where she was. For a while, she was a great asset in the cause. But it's unsurprising given her history that all it took for Hopespeak to shut her up was supplying any drug she wanted, free of charge.
Déjà, c'est impressionnant que ce soit possible que la Hopespeak fasse ça. Deuxièmement,
No matter what she says, she'll always jump the fence whenever the grass looks greener on the other side.
je vais vous dire les termes tels quels. Clairement, s'il y a une personne qui pour moi n'est coupable d'absolument rien, qui mérite totalement la rédemption, c'est clairement Lyra.
Takiko Uchiyama has done.
Littéralement, le seul truc qu'elle a fait, c'est être addict à des substances et se démerder pour en avoir. Je pense littéralement que genre, tu peux pas lui reprocher grand chose là-dedans. Il n'y a pas eu de meurtre direct. Il n'y a pas eu quoi. On s'en fout. C'est ok, c'est bon. Allez hop, bonne soirée. Rédemption.
You might be wondering, how could someone as sweet and young as her be a criminal?
Et c'est là que ça va m'intéresser parce que je sens que le chapitre 2 va être super intéressant. Pour ça. Mais ça veut dire que l'une des trois sera la victime ou la coupable du chapitre 2.
She's only 18. What could she have possibly done? You can practically already hear her fans running to defend her. Speaking of those fans...
Ah, ouais, c'est bien ce qui me semblait.
Takiko is aware of how overprotective, rabid, and obsessed her fan base is. Hyper aware. She's similarly aware that if she even mentions someone was rude to her or hurt her in any sort of way, even vaguely, her fandom will always rush to harass whoever that person is.
Ok, bonjour. C'est le retour de Kai Monteago en fait. Voilà, donc bon... Finalement, on annule un fangame, mais elle revient en galop.
Online annoyed Takiko, frustrated her, or even creeped her out. She took to sending out a little message on one of her socials about them, acting as cute and unaware as always. And lets her fan base do the rest, whether it be death threats, harassment, doxing. Takiko doesn't particularly care for the specifics. She just likes knowing she has the power to do it. She likes having that level of control. She must do. Why else would she continue to do it? Especially after how many times she's seen her fan base make someone private all their socials. Or, much worse, in one or two cases. But I suppose in her eyes, if someone was harassed to the point of suicide, then they probably deserved it. If people had nothing to harass them over, her fan base wouldn't bring them to that point. They were probably just a creep or a weirdo who's better off gone. Well, we all tell ourselves what we want to hear to justify our actions. Now enough of everyone's favorite internet idol who profits off of forming a parasocial sibling relationship with their fan base.
Ça reste mon problème principal avec Takiko, mais j'avoue que là... Franchement, je suis plus hésitante. En vrai... En même temps, je peux comprendre l'attrait. En même temps, j'ai un principe de base qui sont en mode... Le harcèlement, c'est pas bien, sincèrement. Genre, ne faites pas ça, n'harcelez pas les gens. Vous pouvez avoir la pire personne horrible en face. N'allez pas doxer cette personne. Rappelez-vous que c'est un être humain qui est en face. Même si cette personne est la personne la plus horrible du monde, encore une fois. Mais en même temps, d'un certain côté, est-ce que c'est de sa faute si sa communauté va aussi loin? Vous voyez ce que je veux dire? Dans un sens, elle sait que sa communauté est super protective, mais c'est quand même de la faute des gens qui n'ont pas suffisamment de recul par rapport à ça. Qu'elle en profite, bof, pas ouf, mais s'il n'y avait personne qui allait aussi loin, au pire, les gens simplement bloqueraient cette personne ou la cancelleraient de manière plus classique, ça pourrait le faire. Donc d'un certain côté, genre, je suis un peu plus hésitante là-dessus, mais je dirais rédemption aussi. Hein.
Let's talk about a wannabe idol, Molly Yuzuki. Oh, Molly, Molly, Molly. You've always been so desperate to fit in. Never feeling quite American, never feeling quite Japanese, stuck between two worlds, just like your ex-friend. I say ex because you haven't seen her in many years, have you? She cut you off a while ago. How about we see why, exactly? Ever since you were a child, you've always adored Yui. She was everything you couldn't be. Driven, determined, and confident in herself. You wanted to be close to her in any way you can. You changed your name to Maiko to be Japanese, just like hers. You felt you could do anything, as long as she was with you.
Alors, à partir du moment où ça... Le problème, en fait, c'est que genre vraiment... Ok. Je vais taper sur ma propre communauté, mais genre... Les personnes qui changent de prénom pour un prénom d'une origine totalement différente, qui n'a strictement rien à voir avec genre l'origine de base. Je pense notamment, par exemple, aux personnes trans, genre blanches qui prennent des prénoms genre japonais, hein, totalement au hasard. Non, ça se fait pas. Genre vraiment, non. Enfin, arrêtez les conneries. Ok, la blague de je suis japonaise, je suis fille du soleil levant est drôle 5 minutes, mais le faites pas. Mais pour une personne qui est métisse japonaise américaine, en vrai, qu'est-ce qu'on s'en fout qu'elle décide de s'appeler Maiko? Elle a tout à fait le droit de le faire. Enfin, qu'est-ce qu'on s'en fiche?
So, when you learned you'd gotten scouted, you didn't want to leave her behind.
Ok.
So knowing Yui was determined to push through the idol industry and establish herself as a successful idol on her own terms despite the barriers, you thought you could help her get an ultimate.
D'accord.
Sabotaging all the competition. Anytime there was a contender for ultimate idol, you would do anything to end their career. Online cancellation attempts, trying to get them blacklisted, stalking, blackmailing them, tampering with backstage production to cause career-ending injuries on stage. That spotlight that you made crush that idol, you got her hospitalized. She was only 16. Molly, you have ruined countless lives trying to get Yui a title. A title she eventually got by you trampling all over her dreams of doing it by herself, navigating the industry on her own terms. So, why were you so surprised after you'd revealed all the awful things you'd done to Yui that she was horrified? You just couldn't accept, I never want to see you again, could you? That's why you still insist she's your best friend. It's why you cyberstalk her and follow everything she does online to an obsessive degree. You are desperate for her to see you again. And aware your desperation is what caused you to be hated by her in the first place. And that concludes our second episode of course they did it! They're an ultimate!
Bon, alors, en fait, là, le problème que j'ai, c'est qu'on va pas se mentir. Globalement, vous êtes juste en train de me sortir le scénario de n'importe quel Magical Girl Yuri en me disant « Oh là là, c'est pas bien ». Vous avez vu Madoka Magica ou pas? Est-ce que vous avez vu Madoka Magica ou pas? Non, parce que clairement, Madoka Magica, vraiment, c'est genre 100 fois pire. Genre, c'est 100 fois pire Madoka Magica en comparaison à ça. Je veux pas spoil, mais on est quand même sur un autre niveau que oh là là, tu as blessé une personne. Voilà, hein, surtout quand tu regardes les films, c'est quand même vraiment un autre niveau, donc en vrai... Et puis j'ai dit de toute façon que je serais biaisé, donc pour moi, c'est rédemption aussi. Je suis pas trop fan de la partie stalking, même après le fait que Yui ait tout découvert, mais... Vas-y, tu sais quoi, rédemption aussi, hein, à un moment, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. J'avoue que pas vraiment. Franchement, bof. Rédemption pour toutes. La misandrie, exactement. La misandrie. Toujours la misandrie.
This homework is killing me. What's the point in getting good grades if I'm just gonna end up working a shitty fast food job no matter what degree I get?
No,
C'est vrai.
tell me about it. I want to drop out and become an influencer, but my stupid rich mom wants me to stay in school and get a good job.
I mean, with them getting rid of subsidized healthcare, it's probably a good idea if you don't want to, like, die.
Ooh, like can't I just marry a rich guy? Like, I know feminism and all, but it would make my life so much easier. Wait, I heard something. Did your brother just come home?
Yeah, probably. But he'll just go straight to his room. Don't worry.
Non, il dira pas hétéro jusqu'à sa chambre.
What? No way. I wanted to meet him.
Why? He's just a loser who writes books all day. Can't hold a conversation to save his life.
Hello? He's literally Shinku Kutsuki. He's the ultimate crime novelist. I love his books.
Oh, he's gonna be like loaded, right? Kari, how would you feel about me being your sister-in-law?
No way. Ew! Whatever, don't mind him. Let's just get on with his stupid homework.
Well, to be honest, I only really came over because I wanted to meet him.
Very funny.
We can't just not meet him now. I'm not going to be able to focus on maths knowing there's a celebrity upstairs.
Oh, let's get him to help with the homework. He'll be able to figure this stuff out for sure.
Totally. I'm so excited.
Aïe 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 aïe, coup dur pour Akari. Aïe 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 aïe, le coup dur pour Akari. Et juste avant la pub... Shadow Sashiko... Ah, d'accord, intéressant. Intéressant, bon. Eh bien, c'est là-dessus qu'on va s'arrêter. Enfin, après le passage de la pub. Il faut quand même qu'elle se lance. Parce que je l'ai vraiment, pour le coup, je l'ai vraiment repoussé. Genre, plusieurs fois, juste pour qu'on puisse voir... chacun des crimes des filles sans pause. Histoire de tout avoir à la suite. Je ne sais pas combien de temps ça va encore prendre pour lancer cette putain de pub, comme d'habitude. Allez, Twitch et le fait de lancer une pub dans les temps, challenge, difficulté impossible. Genre le truc était en mode, ok, non mais je lance la pub dans 30 secondes, il n'y a toujours pas de pub. Ah bah voilà, putain. Et bien voilà. Bon. Pour la partie pub, j'ai un seum incommensurable. Je pense que ça se voit, même si j'essaye de le cacher un petit peu. J'ai vraiment regretté, sincèrement, d'avoir commencé, genre, ce fangan. Il est excellent, je trouve vraiment, vraiment excellent, ce fangan. Mais je m'attendais pas, en fait, à apprécier tous les personnages. Genre, au point où, vraiment, j'ai un seum incommensurable sur le fait que Min soit mort. J'ai un seum incommensurable sur le fait que ce soit Dracul le coupable. Mais à un point, vous imaginez même pas. Et peu importe qui ça aurait été, en fait, j'aurais eu le seum. Même si ça avait été Zik, c'est ça qui m'énerve. C'est que même Zik, qui est le personnage le plus détestable, même Taka, bon, Taka, voilà, ça va un peu mieux. J'aurais eu le seum, peu importe quel personnage aurait été coupable. Et j'ai encore plus le seum, parce que j'ai l'impression qu'en fait, il ne pouvait pas y avoir pire choix d'un certain côté. Voilà. Voilà. Donc bon. Fait chier, mais bon. Malheureusement, c'est la vie. Ok, alors du coup, au niveau des streams, on se retrouve mardi pour continuer du coup la suite de Ace Attorney Trials and Antebellum, chapitre 2. On est tout autant dans la merde que là, sincèrement. Genre, il n'y a rien qui va. Vendredi, on commencera du coup le chapitre 2. De ce que j'ai pu comprendre, la daily life est longue sa mère. Donc évidemment, on n'aura pas fini la daily life avant... Ça, à l'époque. Non, c'est pas le bon terme. Avant, bref, vous avez compris, je suis fatiguée. Et oubliez pas surtout que mardi 26, puisque mercredi 27, je suis à Lyon. Mardi 26, pas de stream. Comme je l'ai dit, le lendemain, je vais à Lyon, donc je peux pas stream le soir, voilà. C'est des fois les pires choix qui sont les meilleurs. Ouais, mais non. Donc bon. Et je ne rattrape pas le stream du mardi 26. Il sera pas rattrapé du tout, il n'y aura pas de décalage, voilà. Sinon, c'est tout. Sur ce, Je vais aller enterrer mon seum, je sais pas comment. Je vais trouver un moyen d'enterrer mon seum, je sais pas pour vous. Courage. Courage. Courage, sincèrement. Tout autant le seum. Allez, ciao tout le monde, à mardi.